Hi, Six Gun Crow back with you to discuss more on my new purchase of the RebelSaber Reaver. Okay. Last time I called it the Ravager. I don't know why I thought it was called the Ravager. When I bought it, I knew what I was buying. For some reason, I mixed the words up. So yeah, it's a Reaver. I don't know. Ravager just sounds weird. That doesn't sound like something I'd want. So I made a mistake. I said it was 235. No, it's 225. So yeah, you won't spend that extra $10. And I think I may, and I could be wrong, but I think I might have spent somewhere around $15 or $18 on the blade plug. Okay, and I would suggest anybody get one because again, you don't want to blind anybody with this. I have blinded myself before, and nobody needs any retina damage, especially at such a young age. Most of you are probably going to buy lightsabers when you're somewhere, in between the age of 12 and 18. So don't waste your perfectly good eyesight. I digress. So I charged it last night. It took about 4 hours. It actually took just under 4 hours. It was already ready to go. You'll know because it has a light right here on the activating switch, which pulsates, and when it's done, it just remains red. And so yeah, that didn't even take quite what it said it would, and didn't test it out last night, but I did turn it on, and strangely enough, the color that illuminated the hilt right here at the top was very auspicious, because I personally always consider myself in the Star Wars universe, cosplaying or just thinking about this, socially, sociologically, psychologically, however you want to put that. I've always thought of myself as kind of like a dark Jedi or a gray Jedi, and most people know that they usually use whichever lightsaber they had when they were, being trained. But some people don't know that Mace Windu's lightsaber was originally blue, but he decided he wanted, Samuel L. Jackson decided he wanted it as purple to better explain his story, because his character is actually a Jedi who at one point had lost his way and became very aggressive and was falling to the dark side, and his lightsaber color, purple, describes that fall to the dark side, that temptation. Purple is actually a color in the Star Wars universe that represents dark Jedi or gray Jedi, Jedi who have a more aggressive stance towards politics, and the ways of the Force. So, but yes, purple has always been my favorite color, and it just so happens that when I turned it on last night, purple was the color that shone out of the top. I thought that was pretty special. I really wanted to use it, with a green blade for my first viewing. We may just do that. Also, just want to say another thing. Shout out to Saber Forge. That blade was a heavy grade dueling blade. I don't want to have them thinking I was bad mouthing them anyways. They make great products, and that blade was also a heavy grade. It's a wonderful product, by the way. I have one of their sabers right here. I bought a couple years ago, and I love it. We talked about it yesterday, the one that got put through a lot of brutality, and it's still here today, still fully functional. And it's definitely my go-to saber whenever I'm dueling with people from Saber Legion or just having fun outdoors. But they're great blades, great sabers, great products altogether. And honestly, they're a lot better built than some other lightsabers that I bought before. And they hold up. I don't know if they're made out of aircraft aluminum like Ultra Sabers. But they're definitely not as bulky as Ultra Sabers. Nothing against them. If you're looking for a good solid saber, buy one. You won't regret the quality of the saber. It'll hold up against a lot of intense lightsaber dueling. It's just that it's too big for your hands. My hands, especially. If you're a guy with big hands, then that won't be an issue for you. But speaking of Saber Forge, this is the Vanquish that I bought a couple years ago. It's designed kind of like Dooku's with a curved hilt. It's got some really nice sharp prongs on there. You can take this off if you're dueling and you don't want to, rake somebody's hand accidentally or put out an eye when you take the saber out. But I've got this right here just for a comparison, just for contrast with the Reaver. I almost called it Ravager again. So this is it right beside there, and you might be able to notice the difference. See if we can zoom in there. But it is uniquely thinner. Nothing bad to say about the Saber Forge. It's thin enough, and I like that I can get a good grip on it. But I mean, this almost felt like a toy. It's so thin, and yet it's made out of some good aluminum alloy. I mean, every part of it except for maybe the CoverTech wheel, which is plastic, I imagine. But it's so light, and it fits in your hands perfectly. I can show you. I mean, I've got actually kind of a bit of a grip on this one, and then I'm getting my fingers all the way around. You see, right here, my thumb just makes it right there to the knuckle. Right here, like, I don't know if that's a good comparison, but I just feel like I get so much more grip on this. Too much, really. This is a curved blade. I don't know if I choke up on it. It's still just like I have way more room in this hand to really grip this saber. And I'm really looking forward to using this and then seeing how well I can wield it and flourish it. So just wanted to show you that. What else? Again, I can't stress enough like what a great buy this is. Like, I'm super impressed with the sound effects and the lighting, and also the eco smooth swing. I've never had a lightsaber this responsive, like to every little movement, big or small. Like, it picked up on all of it. This Profi board, the eco smooth swing is fantastic, and I mean, for that price, I think I spent what, like, after shipping and handling, a little over $400 on this. It's one saber color. Again, not saying anything bad about it. It was just, I mean, that's all I got. But I mean, it's got a great body and everything. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, one saber color and just a handful of sound effects. And this one, I mean, it channels through just about every lightsaber sound effect, dating back to like the original trilogy, the prequels, and then the new trilogy, and of course, even I think the dark saber from the Mandalorian, and it keeps going. I mean, there's several different lightsaber sounds, not just inherent to a trilogy, but to particular lightsabers in the Star Wars galaxy, and in the what's the term I'm looking for? Well, you know what I mean. The entirety of Star Wars. So yeah, it's just a great blade, great saber, good price. You're not gonna spend a whole heap of money on this, but you will get a lot of bang for your buck. I highly suggest, like, if you're looking for your first saber and you don't know what you want to get, it wouldn't hurt to just check out RebelSabers and see what they've got, and you might find something, for a couple $100, or you might try some of their cheaper sabers, which nothing bad to say about them. In fact, some of those sabers, to me, looked even better than this one, and I spent $225 on this one. This is part of the Knight series. You can look at the ones from the Initiate series, and there were some very beautiful ornate sabers there. And they all come with the Profi board, RGB, Eco Smooth Swing, and you can upgrade it if you want with a NeoPixel. So yeah, I think that's only maybe close to another $100 in addition. I think if you upgrade it while you're deciding on which saber to get, it's not as much, but if you buy it separately, it's going to cost a little bit more. So without further ado, why don't we put the saber in and run it through all its functions, show you what we bought here. Okay, so we're back and we've got the blade installed. I hate to say this, I do have one little issue, and that's that although it fits in there deeply enough into the hilt, there is a little light wobble, but the retention screws are in and still yet to test it, but it just seems to wobble a little bit too much in there. And it's funny because it slid in there nice and firm, and it just seemed like it wouldn't have had a whole lot of room to wobble, but just getting, I don't know, you probably can't hear that, but I'm getting a little too much wobble with even the lightest shake of the sword. The screws are only on the front and back. There are no screws on the sides. We'll do another video and we'll just test it out to see how well the saber holds up. From what I've seen in other videos, I mean, it shouldn't be much of an issue, but I tend to be a stickler for things like this. So first up, the saber is off right now. To turn it on, we depress the activation switch for a few seconds.
Power on.
It's about a second and a half actually. Okay. Now you can hold it down for about 3 seconds and you'll cycle through the different lightsaber sound effects. So hold it down for 3.
Emperor.
This is I don't know if you heard that, it says Emperor.
Scavenger.
Scavenger, that's Rey.
Princess.
If you don't know who that is, I'm not going to tell you.
Graveyard.
I don't know what that was, but I think that has something to do with Kylo Ren. It was kind of inaudible. Even close to it, I can't really understand.
The high ground.
The high ground. I guess that's Obi-Wan.
The Count.
The Count. Anyone with sense would know. It is Count Dooku. I don't have any other counts that wielded a lightsaber. Correct me if you do know any. That's my favorite so far. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. And I have pre-selected green. Very nice. I love the way it swings back and forth effortlessly. It's really great for saber flourishes. It's very easy to wield in the hand, very lightweight. Good balance. And I mean, it doesn't seem to really be bothering it too much. The wobble, I don't know, hardly even feel it now. And that eco smooth swing is just beautiful. I gotta say, like, every little motion being picked up. So first thing I'll show you is blaster deflag. This is where you just lightly tap the activation switch. If you hold it down for a second and a half, you get flash on clash. This is if you're clashing with another lightsaber. You just tap it again to take it off. And I've learned one thing about this. Some people complain that you had to cycle through the colors and they tend to just go through the whole spectrum, just gradually changing color. But that's only if you hold it down for 2 seconds, which, as you can see, takes forever to change. And then you have to mash it again to select that color. We'll stop right here, like an icy blue. You don't have to do that though, there's an easier way. You can hold it down for 3 clicks. It'll beep 3 times. You'll see the light pulsate. 1, 2, 3. And now it's just going to literally scroll through every color option. Dark yellow, light yellow, orange, pink, purple, White, green, red. And of course, just hit it when you're done and you want the color that you see. Most recently, access. Now we've got yellow, like a Jedi Sentinel. Love that. Okay, so before we go, I'll just show you maybe like one more sound effect. See if we can go to one that's noticeably different.
The Fallen. The Dark Lord. The Dark Sword.
I think this is Dark Saber. Juan Carlo Esposito from Mandalorian played the Moff Gideon. I think this is his sound effect. It's a little different. Let's see. It just doesn't make me think of a lightsaber, but it still sounds really cool. It's kind of spooky, actually. I kind of like it. It's not my favorite, though. Anywho, hope you enjoyed that, and until next time, this has been Six Gun Crow with my new Rebel Saber, and I think I'm in love.